the official NRL Fantasy Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the NRL Official Fantasy Podcast. I'm Paulie G, with me Luke Seifleet. How are you, Luke?
I love that intro. That's what I love. I'm good, buddy. What's going on?
No Andrew today, so just the two of us are going to have to fight the good fight.
He was working very hard at the NRLW launch, so needs a couple of days rest, the great man.
Looked good. Trophy, LED lighting. So that starts this week, NRLW.
Mate, just more games, more content.
NRL games, fantasy, more carnage over the weekend. We'll get to that. But why don't we start with some State of Origin chat? Obviously, the Blues, Maroons, it's the decider. It's all happening. And Laurie Daly sticking solid with the 17, but it's the 18th man, Jacob Kiraz, that has fantasy owners scratching their head because he can't play this week.
Yeah, had a few expletives from certain people over the on Sunday night. Very upset they traded him in this week for...
Not the first time this year that's happened.
Yeah, for old Sharpie. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, he's alternating his 18th man. You're just going to have to take it, really. I mean, who knows? He might actually play.
Well, it's probably 50-50.
And someone else might come up.
It's 50.
You just don't know, like, you know, because if you scroll down, who's after him? Who's after him there?
Well,
so,
it's Bradman Best. So anything.
Well, he's got the bias, that's all right. So I guess
Reece Walsh, the same thing happened for people that brought him in because Queensland picked him as 18th man.
Yeah, well,
I thought he might have got selected once Ponga went down, but they went with the hammer.
In typical Queensland fashion, they've made it a bit of a story about them. So they've gone the whole nostalgic route as well.
Stamp your feet. Imagine if he scores the match-winning try.
It's very Queensland, picking a left field option. They're going for the spirit. And
Paulie, he returns.
And to be fair, he's playing as good as anyone at the moment. So it's a warranted selection.
Playing as good or better, but he didn't make it. Corey Osborne.
It does weaponise him a little bit to like give him a send off. So Moles' man, Trent Liero, still there. He's playing more minutes than Pat Carrigan. So I do agree with Cooper Cronk though. I do think there'll be a late change there because he believes there will be too. So I think. Surely Carrigan's got to start, right?
Don't know.
But
wait and see.
We'll wait and see.
It's a full house predicted, so it should be good. Let's get to some previews. Make sure you get your questions in. And, of course, if you're listening, why not join us next Tuesday from 4 p.m. I know we're a little late today, but generally 4 p.m. on the dot. And we just had so many team changes. So let's get to that first one.
Also, too, we were late, too, because, just got lack of trades and lack of team changes. He's been trying to conjure up as many trades as he possibly can.
I'm trying.
I'm
trying for you.
There you go. Cut him a bit of slack.
Bulldogs take on the Broncos, first game of round 18, and obviously both teams have been hit by origin duties, and the Bulldogs, Stephen Crichton out. We expected that one, but maybe Jacob Kiraz we didn't expect as much, and obviously Max King, who's been there since game one.
Well, we were banking on the Kiraz because I thought Kiraz would probably have a very big game here. Yep. But again, it is what it is. I think a lot of people got him. I think your Preston shout's looking pretty good now. I mean, I think he's going to be very popular.
The Toby Couchman injury probably means I was hoping to get him as a bit of a pod, but it's not going to happen. I think a lot of people will jump on.
I think so. Yeah. And again,
makes sense.
They've been bruised and battered from origin period. So again, this is a bit of a... Again, I thought if Kiraz plays, probably advantage Bulldogs still, but again, that's a lot of outs now, right?
It's a lot of outs. I'm probably looking at the Broncos, even though no Payne Haas, no Pat Carrigan, two big losses, and it's hard to really work out who soaks up the minutes in this pack without those two. Maybe Xavier Willison, maybe Pierre Kura plays 80. He hasn't done it every week.
Was this the corresponding game last year where Corey Jensen went nuts?
Wow. Yeah.
Wasn't it last year? And you were talking it up and going, oh, gee, if one of those guys leaves, he gets 60 every week. So this could be the week. I mean, if you're playing just draft or, you know what I mean? But
Karapani, I wonder if some people just went for it on him because he keeps putting up numbers, scoring tries.
And now you got Cobbo at fullback too. So, again, this is a bit of a pick'em game now, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. And at this stage, we're just playing everyone fantasy. At the moment, we'll be lucky to play 13. The Raiders and the Dragons face off on Saturday, and of course, this game should be another interesting one, even though we miss a couple of origin players. Valentine Holmes, obviously, for the Dragons, and then Hudson Young and Josh Papali'i for the Raiders. But Toby Couchman.
Brutal.
Pour another one out.
Brutal.
Because that hurts. Nathan Lawson. That hurts.
Brutal.
They were numbers we were hoping.
And the $1 million question is, what's Tarpanay's finger like?
Yeah, well, it hasn't got much news. It's not on the radar.
No.
But, geez, I'd be worried. I mean, it's a strong bench, a lot of forwards.
Yeah, a lot of forwards.
So I guess if they had to, they could cover it.
Yeah.
But Ricky won't want to. Are you a bit worried? Does Ricky say to Tarpanay, I need you now? There's a bye next week, but I'll also look after you at the back end.
Well, I think also too, they're just playing such a collective unit as well. I mean, they just look at the forwards. Look at their forward depth. Look at their forward depth.
His wife had a baby, and he went through with it.
They're the feel-good story this year so far. But I mean, again, I know it's really simple with this game. It really comes down to with Couchman gone, it really comes down to what's Tarpanay's health like here. Is he going to play less minutes?
They need tries from him. He probably doesn't. Yeah. He's not quite the same work level of Tamale, is he?
Yeah.
He's a different type of player.
And obviously Fogarty as well, and King Tonga, people might probably have to play him.
Yeah, well,
if you don't have like a Fainu or something.
Fainu. It worked out for me last round because obviously Fainu wasn't a bad score, but King Tonga beat it.
I expect a lot better. Yeah, expect a lot better this week. So.
And Sasangi.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sasangi.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Finally, if anyone went with Damien Cook, are you worried little just...
No. Well, he said in the presser afterwards he had an ankle complaint.
Yeah, okay. And
that's why he came off early.
Hosking owners, you held Hosking, didn't you?
Well, he's back with a vengeance.
Owners, like Scotty Baldwin.
What about Sasagi too? Shout out Sasagi.
Well, I just brought him up earlier because he was one of those ones, if you had enough trades, knowing that Hudson Young was going to miss a couple of games here or there, that was going to be useful. So it's worked out even better than expected.
Yeah.
Cowboys v the Storm. It is a very important game for the home side, North Queensland. They got a very all-important win, though, against the Titans, and Scotty Drinkwater hit back fantasy-wise. That we needed as owners.
Yeah, well, we got one of the two, right? We got a Drinkwater, just to keep his price going, and obviously just keep him afloat. We didn't get the Purdue one, unfortunately.
He's leaking, but
again, desperate times. I think I've talked to a lot of people from Discord and that, is that a lot of people actually short a centre, so they almost just have to play him. They're down a player anyway.
He's on the left. He doesn't have Dearden inside him this week, but he should have better weather. I haven't looked up at Townsville's weather, but that wasn't good conditions for a Purdue.
And it's the domino effect of the Carraz news.
And obviously the Storm are decimated in the back line because Cameron Munster's in Origin. Xavier Coates is in Origin, but poor old Fa'alogo in the last 2 minutes as well of the game.
Horrible.
Moved to fullback to give Papa rest.
Probably the worst one you could see too, because he looked like he'd been sniped from the top of the stadium. So, but also with a negative comes a positive. Your man Joe Chan.
I was going to say, did you see he got named in the centres?
I have to bust out the song again, mate.
Yeah, mate. Well, if he gets 100, I'll do it.
Well, okay. Well, he heard it here first. There you go.
And Thomas Duffy, remember we all owned him at the start of the year?
We did.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah. So
shout out Jerome Hughes too.
Also,
back with a vengeance.
Well done to those coaches. I had him in all my buy plannings, but I just got hit with too many injuries. It's killed me this year.
Also
my buy planning was like this, throw it out the window because I got none left. I got no trades.
Lack of trade.
I got none left.
That's it. So
I feel like Griffo, I'm never doing this again, mate. I don't know how you do this every year. Just ride.
Everyone falls hook, line, and sinker for it.
Never again. Too much pressure. I can't handle it.
So the man you got your mouse over there.
Yep.
He's probably going to have to be a real look at now, Katoa.
Yep, so Alessia Katoa, if you can't get to Preston, just get Katoa.
I think
you may end up owning them both.
I think so.
They've neither Bulldogs or Storm have any buys left. So it's a pretty handy edge combo with a Colin Lucas who can cover both.
I think we'll get a lot of questions regarding him.
That's the way to go. Yeah. I'm keen to see how Jonah Pezic goes.
Yeah, it's good.
I like him. It's good to see him back finally.
Yeah.
Let's talk the Roosters and the West Tigers, shall we? 2 p.m. Sunday. The Roosters have got a lot of injuries, a lot of Origin guys out, but the West Tigers have a lot of injuries. So it's kind of balancing out, and then suspension as well, of course, Heath Mason. So James Tedesco, he'll have a lot to do. I'm very, very tempted to bring him in this week.
And captain him?
Well, I didn't think of that. I just thought I'd captain May.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Just we think about it at least. I don't know.
I mean, it could get me back up the ranks. I lost a few the last.
I would like to. Too bad we should have done a bit of homework. Had the averages up and Tedesco's averages against the Tigers. I reckon they're pretty high.
They're very high.
Yeah.
And Savala, I'm never going to get over that trade out.
Nah, well,
not until the year's over.
I'm not going to take the mickey out of him for that one. That was just extremely unlucky.
Yeah, but it's hard to watch him every week, just killing it.
Well, we had a few guys. We had Mollers went to the game, the West Tigers game on Friday with Jack and John from the office here. Had a good time. Yeah,
good on them.
So, yeah, Mollers was jumping up and down. A couple of other Tigers guys weren't.
Yeah,
but
that's how it goes.
That's the way it goes. You weren't too happy with the performance, were you?
Well, Luai being a laid out didn't help. Coruscant in the halves didn't work. Credit to Benji for making on-the-run changes, though. He didn't let rest on his laurels, and, that takes a brave man. And it worked. Dewey went moved into the halves, and he looked good.
Yeah.
So that's the guy I've wanted at 6 for a while, and he's going to get his chance this week.
So AD, Bird, are you interested if you had the trades?
Look, if you got the trades, the danger, of course, is people that bought in Latu last week or even earlier.
Dewey's going to do all the kicking.
Well, also just the fact that the West Tigers still have a bye, and it's probably at a round. It's quite late.
Yeah.
It's at a round where we might not have a lot of trades left to finagle.
Well, it's getting to desperate measures, mate. So you're going to have to either, they pretty much have to somehow jag a win, or the game after this go, okay, well.
I'm not sure. Tom's away. We're having an issue with the questions.
Oh, so that's what happens.
If Brad's listening,
two of them go down.
Contact Stephen.
That's all right. We can come up with our own questions. It's all good.
But I do think that the Roosters, they've got a pretty good record of late against the West Tigers. So you could load up on your Mark, even though Mark's in the centres. I think you can load up Nafo White, people that held on to him. I think Brad's bringing him in. So, I don't mind it. I don't mind you playing any and all Roosters this week, Savala. And obviously, as you said, captain. So
just as we're trying to fix this up, so Mark's going to be your last trade now? Or are you thinking about it now?
I'm thinking about Teddy because I didn't know that Toby. I wouldn't have had the money to get Teddy, but now Toby's out.
Okay.
Yeah. How long's Toby out for?
Oh, well, they're reassessing if they have to have surgery or not. So it's. I reckon it's probably minimum an injury, like 6 weeks.
So I've got to sell him.
Probably.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of doing that.
Yeah. So.
See what happens. Manly v Souths rounds out round 18. And what did you think of the Seagulls' experiment to play Turbo in the centres, Garrick on the wing and Hopewade at fullback? Because they're staying true this week.
Well, I think it was a bit like the first half against the Tigers. It was a bit of an embarrassing game, but when they actually decided to give Tom the ball, kind of looked good, right? He basically only touched the ball twice, 2-3 times in the first half. One time, Skelton nearly took himself out of planet Earth.
Yeah, I was worried they were both going to have to come off.
It's a good hit. But yeah, I mean, then basically the second half, he basically started doing that roving role he does in Origin.
Well, you and Andrew said he might do that, and I was worried. I thought, well, why move him in the centres to try to get him less involved and then say no, get more involved? But clearly, at half time, the game was too close.
Well, yeah, I think respectfully, too, the pressure was on there. Like we could. I think Tigers were like, we probably could steal this now.
Seabold literally hit the turbo.
I think so. But again, him just creating the extra number. He's kind of just.
He's a great pickup for his price. I don't know if he could still jump on. Do you think he's still affordable?
No, I think so. Given how much carnage, if you've got the extra trades, I mean, he's such a for his ceiling, right? If you think he's only going to get better from here, I mean, geez, if you're going to get 50, he got 50, didn't he? 49 or 48, something like that.
49.
I mean, without a try.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, respectfully, who's he up against this week?
Well, Souths people will be very a nervous wait to see what happens on game day. Ewan Aitken has been named in the centres. Things could change. Cody Walker's in the 21.
Well, our man Cookie reckons he's going to play centre. So, and again, not to peel back the curtain a little bit with Cookie, but obviously he's one of our better players that follows the show. So you got Dodd on the bench, Walker in the reserves, but you think that they will line up 1 to 3? Well, I believe he said if he plays centre, you probably have to trade him if you got the trades because the problem he loses too much value. I can't trade. No, I don't own him. Yeah. But I'm saying I can't. I got to go the other way on this one to Cookie.
I think you've got to hold Aitken. There's been so much carnage this year. The guy puts up big numbers. Why? Just because of 1 week where things don't quite work out.
I think he's just worried about the carnage though too, and also the loss of value as well. If you've got the extra trades, you can kind of course
2 weeks'
correct.
time, he could get back. In
true.
The second.
True.
round.
I'm just saying. Look at their options compared to their backs and their forwards. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they need to play one of Dodd or Walker.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't buy Mamazoulis and Dodd on the bench. That seems a little bit crazy to me.
Yeah, the only way it works is that Havili plays as a middle and Mamazoulis ends up starting, Dodd goes into halfback. Humphrey's doing.
But even for a Manly side, they're pretty undersized there. Like that's you're giving up a lot of size there.
What about Talis Duncan? I tell you what, I was crying into my pillow that night.
Well, I did predict it. I literally said to a friend of the show, Baldwin, because his man Jenkins didn't go good. I said, well, don't worry. I said, your other man Duncan, he'll even it out for you.
When I got Couchman, I talked to Brad about this. He was in the same boat the same week, and he's like, I can't afford Couchman.
Yeah.
So he got Talis Duncan.
Yeah, it's good.
96 to 19. That's the difference between my score where I went back.
But also,
and 1,000. I could have been raising the bat.
Also, too,
one player.
Again, you've got to give credit to Talis too, because what's happened is we eyed him last year, remember? But the problem was his demerits. He had so many errors in his game.
Yeah,
what's happened now?
He's built up.
He's got rid of the errors out of his game. Yeah, it's all right. So he's
moved him to the edge.
He's just gotten better. So
it was the perfect scenario because he had guys on the edge who weren't doing enough, and he had guys in the middle who were trying to do too much. He switched them around, and it's worked out.
So there you go.
Your boys need a win.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, mate, again, respectfully, they have to win this game.
It's a lot of pressure.
If they want to be serious about the rest of the year, have to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Brad or Stephen or any of the people behind the scenes have got the questions working.
Let's have a look there. On your email. Let's have a look. We're going to go behind the curtain here a little bit.
Go behind the curtain.
There we go. So I think he's got a couple of emails there for you.
I don't think we will.
We're going to do the hey it's Saturday locks. But
I don't think we could do that.
That's all right.
I think we just asked a couple of questions and then we leave it for today.
We're doing like the hey it's Saturday. Remember the old locked bag?
Oh, locked bag.
Reading out the letters.
Yeah,
this is all right. We can.
What would our locked bag code be if it's NRL?
I don't know. 0001, the amount of trades you have left.
Yeah, 0001. I like it.
There you go. This is good.
Darth Trader, Jack Bird, a shout on the edge.
Well, I brought it up before in the preview. So, I mean,
if you've got the trades, you just got to remember you're going to own probably 3 West Tigers. If you didn't jump on Fainu last week, then it's a bit easier. Look, God, we're going to keep getting these cash cows come late. It's just a matter of if you have the trades that you're going to make the money. If it's only about making cash, you got to have enough trades to get them back out and get someone and make that worthwhile. Yeah. That's the only thing. But look, and the other thing with Bird is just his health. Yeah. It's an overall health thing. Every game you never know. Yeah. Is he going to pull up because it's is it right saying? Is it degenerative disease?
Something like
something
I believe so.
Concurrent. It's not going to go away after resting.
I believe so.
It's always going to be there.
So, but again, a bit like friend of the show, Lenty, right? He's got so many trades. He's got
that's a great
double figure trades, right? He can afford to do something like this. Because, he can just have a go and go, okay, what if Bird gets a 55 this week?
Now, it's me's asking the question like what the official fantasy team did last week, bringing in Drinkwater when everyone was worried to get off him because we know he's like his names, he's a bit wavy like water.
I actually don't mind it this week for one reason only, because Payton's actually challenged him in the presser after the game.
Well, there you go.
He said he's really the guy that our gauge going forward about how success, because obviously he said cut out the negative errors in his game. And I feel like that was a bit of a direct thing to go. He could have said that privately, you know what I mean? But I think he knows how important Drinkwater is to his team.
That's right.
So I feel like there might be a bit of a response this week. Because again, they were pretty lucky to get away with that game. Like that game got very awfully close.
And if you had a Jaden Campbell on the other side,
mate.
That probably game over.
Probably. So I'm expecting. I know they got the win, but I'm almost expecting Cowboys kind of play a bit better this week again.
When you look at that Storm team, you've almost got to tip the Cowboys. If you didn't know what we've seen in the last 6 weeks, you tip them for sure, but you're a bit nervous.
It's just the errors. Payton said it all the time. It's errors out of yardage. They are the worst in the league at it. And it's just killing them every time.
Just think, what's going on?
Yeah, so.
Zach White wants to know, speaking of Cowboys, is Purdue a trade. There you go. I knew.
The dream team will get it together. It's all right.
That figure it. So if he goes Purdue to Katapani, he can then go Couchman to Preston.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, if you've got the trade, Zach, I mean, go for it, buddy. Because obviously Purdue, like we said last week, we needed Purdue to get a 60 to kind of just stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
But now he's bleeding. So Zach, if you want to do that, I'd just go that, buddy. Because I think Karapani's pretty safe now.
Well, Karapani is due to go up 92k.
There you go.
In the next 2 weeks. The only two players to earn more is Fekete or Jerome Hughes, who's absolutely braining it. And
Yep.
he's a great trading target at the moment. Sharps, hey lads, which mid should I buy for Couchman? I'm looking at White at the moment. Well, White should get massive minutes, right? Unless you wanted to go out of the box like an Egan Butcher, who's also been named. But that's
I'd much rather White.
Yeah.
Much rather White. If you're going to go anyone, Charizard. But yeah,
at that price.
At that price, yeah.
And they don't have another buy. I mean, 63 on the predictor. It's pretty handy.
Would you almost look at Horse too?
Go back to Horse. I probably wouldn't. We still got 2 buys to come.
Oh, sorry, they had one left. Yes.
Josh Curran's got no buys left, but whether you could trust him off the bench.
But Steep.
And then Blake Steep, like White, like Fekete, like all these guys are going to get big minutes.
Yep. There you go.
It's me's back. I need to trade Couchman and Ponga for gun keepers. Is Duncan a keeper? And I've got 125k in the bank. Well, I think Jerome Hughes is the obvious one. I think he's going to get another monster.
It's me, mate. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, it's me. I think Duncan's the keeper now. He's braining it too much.
I mean, he might be trying to bring him in.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 buys coming for Souths. I don't know if we've missed the boat on Duncan.
Probably, but again,
the guys you mentioned, Katoa and Preston, are good.
Yeah.
Especially edge. You're going to need an edge, and now Couchman's out. And then what about what the Talking League boys have been pushing, Latrell Mitchell?
What?
Bringing him in round.
Oh, Latrell. Latrell, yeah.
Gun keepers. Like, would he be a gun keeper down the road?
Well, again, I was talking to Cookie about this last night. It's probably... I think it really depends how this week goes for him, and then Origin 3, because I think the next couple of weeks they pretty much got to win a game.
Yeah.
Well, they've lost 4 in a row, I think, 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah.
They're getting into real, like your boys. They're getting into kind of, you know what I mean. Like Latrell's kind of like that player. Like he has to be.
You're worried that
he has to be engaged. You know what I mean?
You're worried. We're going to wait and go. Now Latrell's finished Origin. Let's bring him. Let's bring him into our fantasy team.
At that price too.
When Souths are kind of falling away from even being in touch, and then we're stuck with a guy who might be like, well, season's over. I'll just... Because he comes in and out... Because why he's so dangerous, he comes in and out of games. He kind of just picks his spots. He's not the guy that gets you 250 metres a game. He's the guy that gives you 4 try assists, 10 tackle busts. The Ashes coming up. He might get to a point where Souths mathematically can't make it, and he just says, Coach, can I just rest the body?
Yeah.
I've been playing Origin all year, all the games all year.
The only reason I play devil's advocate with that is because of his price point.
Yeah.
It's a lot for a wing fullback, especially when we get... questions about turbo and stuff, like on the low risk, you know what I mean? So.
All right, a couple more questions. Anthony Flanagan asks, he's got 9 trades left, 17k with Couchman and Metcalf injured. Now, Haas is not backing up. Have we heard that that's true? I have not heard that.
Oh, you're the sources, man, so you tell me.
Who should I pick up? Yeah, I have not heard that Haas is definitely not going to... It's
possible. They've won a few games now. They're kind of off the hot seat.
It'd be a nice break because they have a buy in round 20.
I'm almost accounting for it, Anthony. So even if I haven't heard that yet, but I'm almost factoring it into my team because I think he does need the break.
A lot of people are going to get enough White, we've already mentioned.
Yeah, I think so.
Just because he doesn't have any buys left.
Yeah.
I like Preston and Eli Katoa, but it might not help you having an edge. You might need a mid. So Talis Duncan's the other one. Are you going to chase that 96 though? Historically in fantasy, chasing points does not.
Especially off
your boys.
You're going off the outlier too. That was like
it could go horribly wrong.
He got predominantly a lot of those points in a real 15-minute period where they just had all the ball. Like what you got to factor in with those kind of games when teams play the Dolphins, it's very high scoring. And you just get massive ebbs and flows in the game.
Massive ebbs and flows. And with so many guys to be picked up after the buys.
Yeah.
Because you've got guys like Angus Crichton, Harry Grant, Connor Watson,
Yeah.
Isaiah Yeo.
Well, again,
You might just want to play 12 this week.
Yeah.
And it might hurt you in the rankings this week, but it might help you later in.
Well, we waited 20-something minutes. I think that's, again, I'm going to steal Scott Baldwin's take, but I feel like that's the guy. Isaiah Yeo, you're gonna have to get him in, mate.
Was it?
He's Penrith are back. He's back. He's almost like your third, almost again, including
rest the other
he's almost
week.
your second, third choice mid.
I assume he'll back up.
Yep.
He doesn't even
has
play
to.
80 in
Has to.
Origin,
They can't stop.
Yeah.
They got to finish as high as they can.
Ross Slapp, good time to jump on the Fiketti train. Well, I said it's possible.
Yeah.
I think if this is the week, they're playing the West Tigers.
Yeah.
You could, all aboard.
Yeah, all aboard, and he spelled it right too.
Yeah, good.
So there was little details.
It's important. I love that profile pic too.
Yeah, it's good.
It's as
Toadfish,
good as they
mate.
come.
Neighbours.
Yeah, that was a good time in the Neighbours history, the Neighbours arc. And I'm assuming that's the last
Well, we
question.
finished off one of the best, so it's all right.
It's just sitting there in all its glory.
We'll have the questions a bit better, a bit ready to go. I'll get Cookie to send an essay in. You can read it out next week, maybe.
I don't mind doing that.
Yeah,
You want to go
do
long
that.
form? You know I enjoy long
We'll
form.
do the old Bear Grylls, mate. We'll be ready for anything next week. Don't worry. So it's all good.
We always are here at NRL.com. Fantasy is the name of the game. All week, stay tuned to the app and on site, and you'll see plenty of content. And of course, next Tuesday from 4 p.m, we'll be right back here. Luke, Cyfleet, Paulie G, and hopefully Andrew Rolly back on deck as well. So if you're listening on the podcast next week, why not join us live from 4? Get your question answered. We can do it. Even when we have technical difficulties, we still read them out. That's just what we do around here. And enjoy your rugby league, and we'll see you again next week.